And we're rolling. Welcome back, everyone. Episode 11 of the Nexus podcast. Today, we have with us our most recent advanced trader, Alex. Introduce yourself.
Thank you for having me, guys. And yeah, I'm Alex. I'm 24, and I've been trading for like 2 years now. And I joined the Nexus only like 4 months ago. I don't even remember. And yeah, that's the story. That's how it started. I saw a random YouTube video of Joe singing on the live stream, and I hopped on. Didn't think too much about it. Only saw like a few random videos, and I still remember exactly. It was one random TA video about some trade that he already took. It was some review, and it all made sense. And I just fucked with the vibe and I joined.
Yeah, so tell us a bit about how did you start your journey and all.
Well, it all started like most of us here, from signals, from trying to find a way to get rich quickly. But yeah, of course, that didn't work out well. And after I lost enough money and I realized that you cannot get rich too quickly, I started actually putting in the work to learn about trading and to learn about why the price moves the way it does.
Yeah, which is which is Geo's motto as well,
Oh yeah, it
for the
is.
Nexus and the YouTube. Yeah, so I mean, kind of had the same path as you, so I can relate to that. Signals Group, bro, they all suck. For our new viewers that are uh, starting out just now, stay away from all those groups. They have zero to offer to you,
All they
and
want is your money. Just give me your
yeah,
money, is what they
it's
say.
just a waste of time.
It's never going to work out, guys. If you don't understand the trades, you can't even follow the signals. Somebody can try to spoon feed you a signal or like an idea. If you don't truly understand it, you're not gonna make money on the long term. Yeah, you can win a trade or two, but you're never gonna be able to manage the trades and the risk management good enough for you to actually have a winning account. You're gonna win a trade or two, you're gonna make a quick few bucks, but in a month you're still gonna lose your account, you're gonna blow it off. It doesn't take much for you to lose everything. It takes one bad trade, one bad decision, and it's gone. The market doesn't forgive you.
Yeah, exactly. And I think not many people realize this, but the faster you make the gains, the faster you can lose them.
Yeah, exactly. Like if you're just starting and you start to make money, don't fall into that trap. We all did pretty much. If you are unlucky, some people might say that you are lucky if you start winning from the beginning. In trading, I would advise you and I'll tell you that it's actually the opposite. I started making money from signals and I started making money right the day I started like putting my money into it. And it was the worst thing that could have happened because it made me lose my entire account. It made me feel like, oh wow, this is so easy, I can just keep doing this. Why is everybody
Mhm.
even working? Why are jobs even existing anymore? Like this is so easy. 2 weeks later, liquidated. Don't do that.
Liquidated.
Yeah, I think the
Simple
problem
as
with
that.
that is that many people are getting the highs of trading right off the bat, and that's what's fucking them up the most. Like you said, like the trading high is a bad high. It's like a gambling addict,
It's
basically.
not much different, yeah. It's pretty much
Hmm.
the same, not much different than that.
Zed, why are you smirking, bro?
Because the high is so good. It's so good.
You know anything about gambling, perhaps?
Oh, I know a lot about gambling. I gamble every week, dude. Not on trades,
He's
but
the
on
UFC. He's the UFC
fights.
king gambler right there.
That is true.
But yeah, if you do trade without having any knowledge about it or not truly understanding the market, it is just gambling. And honestly, I think at this point it's even worse than gambling. At least when you go to slots, you know the risks. When you go into trading, you're not going to realize how fast you can lose your money. And it might surprise you, but it really takes only one bad day for you to like lose your entire account.
Yeah, man, I think you were one of the people that got advanced the fastest in the Nexus. How come it was like that easy in terms of time? Because
Just
I know a
putting in
lot
the
of people
work.
take a lot of time with that.
It's just about how badly you want it. I bought the course, and in the same night I binged everything. I started practicing right the next day. I woke up in the morning, did my morning routine, and I started practicing. It's all about how badly you actually want it. So that's all I did. I watched everything. I watched all the live streams that I could watch. I know I even asked Gio like what he would recommend me to watch from the past live streams that he made. And I know for a fact I opened in my tab all the live streams from that specific month, and I just watched everything on repeat. Like I was binging through live streams. And even though like it might sound crazy, right? Because there are like many hours of it. Yeah, it's not all of it full TA. So I was doing something while I was still watching the live streams, and whenever it was something that I could actually learn from, I was paying attention, and I was doing that like pretty much the entire day. I didn't do anything else for like a good amount of time. I was just studying,
Mhm.
trading, going to the gym on repeat. That was all.
I mean, I wouldn't really
How
call it, crazy.
I mean, that's
I
what it
think,
takes
how
though.
so how many times did you watch the course?
I think I watched it like at this point. I have like 3 times fully watched it, like from start to finish. I watched it like 2 times when I got the course, and then I watched it again one more time when Geo updated like to the last version with the new stuff that he just added.
mhm.
Yeah.
I think the
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
main
and I
it's
keep
so
thing
much
watching
that
them.
people mess up on is
it's so much
consistency.
better now.
I think
Yeah,
it.
the
And
course is so
backtesting,
much
man.
better. Sorry, go ahead.
No, you're good.
I was just
Uh,
gonna say that people.
no, you got it. Go ahead,
Okay,
Alex.
I was just gonna say that people like they don't realize how much backtesting can actually do to you. If you don't have the TA down, just go back and backtest it. It like you have to win your confidence through backtesting. Like until you learn the strategy and you fully believe in it, you know that it's working, you're not going to make money. So just go and backtest it. At some point it was like 2 months in or like 1 month and something in, and I took my time. Like I stopped trading completely like on the real market, and I just backtested it for like 2 or 3 weeks, and I took over 1,000 trades. So yeah, now I have the confidence to know like if I actually follow the rules, I'm gonna make money. If I don't make money, then I'm doing something bad. So I have to like review everything and see where the mistake is.
Yeah.
I mean, that's like anything. You need the reps, the practice reps, to be able to get good at something. Like Steph Curry doesn't just go into a game and shoot threes and only get live reps. He has practice. He shoots 100 shots. You know,
Definitely.
probably more, but the point is he shoots. He gets reps, practices, does all that stuff. He doesn't just walk into a game and expect to hit a three.
Yeah.
And also people don't realize that in the market for you to win, somebody has to lose. And you're fighting
Mm.
against people, the ones that are actually winning, they've been trading for years. Like we know people out there that they've been trading for like 10 plus years. How are you going to win when you don't even have 6 months of experience into the markets? They have everything over you, and if you don't put in the work to catch them from behind, you're not going to win. They're going to take advantage and take your money away. All the guys that are winning, they actually have the experience behind them. They have like years and years of experience. Nobody is going to make money from the first month they start trading.
Yeah, exactly. And also, these guys that are winning, they also have all of the algorithms and AI and everything. They can see literally everything inside of the market, which is why they have an edge on everyone else. Even if you are um, 10 plus years trader, uh, if you still don't have all of these systems in place, then they still have an edge over you. And I'm talking about like Wall Street bankers, etc., etc.
Yeah, but it's not even only about market makers. It's all like it's even the profitable traders. Like the people that actually make money, they have the hours behind them to back them up. It's not
Hmm.
it's I haven't met a trader that's making real money trading, and he's fully supporting himself from trading, and like nobody told me, yeah, I started like 2 months ago. No, everybody's like years and years of experience.
Yeah, it's not a get rich quick overnight thing. It takes a lot of hard work and practice and consistency. You have to be able to actually show up and sit down every day in front of the charts, back test, sit down, do your
Yeah, and most of
TA,
the names
do
don't even
everything.
make that much
Yeah.
money.
You can't take a trade and make money if you don't show up and sit down at the charts.
One thing
Exactly.
one thing Kenny said last time is that trading is the easiest, hardest way to make money. I think, was that how you said that, Kenny?
Yep, it is. It's true.
Yeah.
It definitely is.
Exactly, and he's right. You can make money trading, right? And it gives you that lifestyle that everybody is advertising on the internet. But until you get to that lifestyle and until you get to that point of being relaxed on a beach summer trading, you have to put on so many hours of trading. And again, trading, it's not like you get a job and somebody's gonna teach you while you get paid. You need to be good
Mhm.
to get paid. And you pay with your time and with your money. It's not only you losing your time, you lose your money as well in the same time if you lose. And until you become profitable, you really pay a lot until you become profitable. Like not only sweat and how much time you have to put in, but money and stress, and it's not that easy as people make it seem.
And I think new people coming in don't understand that you need to be okay with losing money in order to make money in trading. And I think that's what's throwing a lot of retail guys off when they first come into this.
100%.
Well, what they I think what people are expecting, and what Geo teaches and what the Discord is mostly about is, it's pretty complex. But once you understand it, then it's like, and it takes time. People aren't patient. And I know we talked about this before, but people want to make money right now. They want it fucking yesterday, and that's not the way that this game works. There's going to be a winner and there's going to be a loser. It just depends on what side of that you want to be on. And if you're going to put in the work, and it's not like, mind bending stuff, it's pretty simple stuff. And if you actually sat there and paid attention to it instead of like your phone or your iPad or whatever, then, it would come pretty easily. And then you can see all of the stuff that we talk about, with change of structure and order blocks and things like that. So it just takes time. It just takes time. The course is laid out very, very simple, and each module is very short. It doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure it out. You just got to put the time in and do
Yeah.
the work. Do the work, and that's it. And the good things will come. So I think that's one of the main things out there. And people think it's, oh, these guys are doing it, but it's not easy. It's not easy pushing that button and then walking away with, your stop loss in place and things like that. Cause people sit there and watch it. They're like, oh my God, I'm losing. I'm down a certain
Yep,
percent. And they
exactly.
get out, and
Mhm.
things
Exactly.
like that. So
And that's
you
the
just
thing
gotta,
about back
you
testing
just
too.
can't, you gotta remove the brain factor of it. You gotta
Exactly.
remove your brain, and if a trade doesn't work, cause you're not going to win every trade.
Yep.
If everybody won every trade, then,
Everyone will be a
everybody would be
millionaire. Yeah.
doing what we're doing.
Exactly. Well, and
So
that's the thing about back testing. Yes, it's like an important part, but there's also a huge difference between back testing and live trading. Because when you're back testing, you don't necessarily see the whole candle being made up and down, up and down, up and down. And when you're sitting there watching it, like Kenny says, and you enter your trade, and you get that wick up, that yeah, it looks fine because the candle closed down. That wick up scares the shit out of a lot of people. Like you're sitting there like, oh man, I'm underwater, I'm down. Like, should I get out now? Should I cut my losses? And some people just get out, take the L, and then the trade hits, and then they're just kicking themselves. Oh, I wish I would have stayed in, and that's
Yeah.
the emotion that you have to beat. Whenever that candle's being formed live right in front of your face, and you got money on the line, it's a whole different pressure that some people aren't ready for.
And even the part where you are not in a trade, because people struggle with that too, right? They struggle with staying out of a trade. When you backtest, you're going so fast, you're not realizing how much time actually passes until you get into another trade. And you take only A plus setups, but that's because you can speed everything up, and every just comes so easily, so fast. In the
Mhm.
real market, you must like sometimes you wait a few days, even a week for a plus setup. People don't realize that in that time span of a week that you have to wait for a plus setup, you might lose a few trades if you're not disciplined enough to actually wait for it, because you're not like when you back test everything, it's going to be so fast, it's easy for you to wait for the setup. But when it's in the real market and it's been a week and you didn't take any trades and nothing comes, like a good trade doesn't come into a chart, you don't see anything, it's like empty, then you might start clicking the button way too fast and you're gonna
Start
get
getting
burned every time you do
impatient.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's why back in
Exactly.
the day, whenever Geo had all his boot camps, whenever somebody would come in the live YouTube chat or be in the Discord asking like, "What boot camp should I get? What's the most important one?"
Yeah.
I always said key zones and like the key zones and levels, because once you have your zones and you follow your rule of not trading outside of your zones, you know how much risk you mitigate by not like trading in the middle of a range, or like just
Yeah,
trading at
exactly.
no
No. Yeah.
man's
In
land
the
where
middle
it
of
could go
nowhere.
up, it could go up or down. You don't know. At least when you're in a zone, you have an idea of, okay, I expect it to react this way off of this zone, and if it doesn't and it blows through, then I have a clear invalidation. When you're trading in the middle, you have no idea. What's your invalidation? You're not in a zone. You don't know. It could go either way to a zone that's up or a zone that's down. And so I would always
And
recommend
that's
that one
not a
because that's
mistake that
important.
you only make in the beginning.
Yeah.
You like even people with experience can make that mistake sometimes. It's not something you make only, oh yeah, but I'm a beginner. That it's not about that. It's about actually having the discipline, because most of the times, even when you lose a trade, you know why you lost the trade. It's not about that. Like most of the times you don't lose a trade because you didn't know something, or like the TA was bad. That rarely happens. Most of the times it's you clicking the button too fast, or didn't like not taking profits when you have to, not sticking to the rules. That's how you lose.
Uh, man.
Yeah,
Did you get
that's
I can.
real.
flashbacks?
That's real. That's real.
Yeah. Jet's staring me dead in the face because I did that today.
Oh
I
no,
I, I have to
I
admit, like
was
I'm not
staring at you
perfect.
because I do that.
I was trying to hold my laughing with that one because I did that literally this morning, and it was with both of you on, and I'm like,
Yeah.
damn,
But the thing
I
is,
need to
I made
relax a
fun
bit.
of you for
That's
it
why I
this
was saying
morning.
that's actually why I was saying it, man. Because
Yeah.
like you already got past that point, and still it happens. You see it every day. It
Yeah.
even
Hmm.
happens to you. You like he was in a trade earlier today, and he was like, "This is such a bad trade. I don't know why I'm in. Like this is the worst position I'm in. Why am I even in a trade right now?"
And then
And
I
yeah,
got
he
in
ended up
after
winning it,
him.
but
I got in the same
It's
like
it,
pretty much the
exactly.
same idea after him at the top in a wick, and I'm like making fun of him. I'm like, "Hey Dak, look at my entry, look at my entry." And then like a few hours later during the day, I entered early and did the same shit.
still that reinforces the point that not every A plus setup is going to work, and not every bad setup is going to fail.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know, it's a
that's so
it's a
true.
real time aspect of it, and you can like you have to experience it in order to understand what we're talking about right now.
And even if you have the right idea, if you're not timing it right, you're not gonna make money on it, and that
Yeah.
happens like so easily.
I just filled one short order. Never mind.
See, this is
We
the
are good. We
addiction
made
that we're
money.
talking about. This is the
Actually,
addiction.
yeah,
No.
because I was saying that if you're not good with timing the trades that you wanna take, you might miss the move even if the idea was right. Because the
Yeah.
price can keep weakening like a million times, and it can keep going up and up and up and weakening your last high. But you have to actually time it right and get the best entry when it's actually going down.
The
Yeah.
worst
And if
thing
you're not going to get it, you're not getting it.
the worst thing about live trading is when the idea is right, it plays out eventually, but it takes so long to play out. And I see it with a lot of the guys in the Nexus that are trading crypto, because I don't trade crypto anymore. But with a lot of the guys in the Nexus, I'll see them being in a trade for like so long in crypto, and I'll be like, I could never have that patience to be in a trade for so long. I get bored after like an hour or two being in a trade, get impatient with it because I know that futures volume rolls in at a certain point, and if it doesn't roll in at that point, it just kind of throws me off, you know.
Dude, this dude
Yeah.
sends me P&Ls like, oh look, I just hit, and it's like $300, and he's like, yeah, I was in that for like 6 minutes. I'm like, okay, damn. But no, dude, the worst thing is when you have your perfect zone and you're waiting for it for 2 days, and price hits that zone at 1 a.m. when you're asleep. That's because that just happened to me and it pissed me off.
Yeah, that's story of your life, basically.
Dude, literally 1 a.m. Kenny, perfect zone. Waited for it for 2 days. Price touched it. Off to the races. Never went back. Never. No
Oh yeah,
drawdown.
yeah,
No
I
nothing.
remember seeing that.
Would have been perfect.
Yeah,
I was
I saw
posting
that.
it.
Did
I
you
was
get
posting.
you weren't in the trade though. You were sleeping, you said, right?
Yeah, it was like 1 a.m. whenever price hit, but I
Yeah,
posted it
I
2 days
remember that
ago.
now.
If anybody took that from the Nexus, they were huge, huge. It was a great trade.
That's why I only do session based. Like, I don't care what happens outside of New York or London session. Like during Asia, I 90% of the time I will not even look at a chart. I'll just say fuck it and wait for tomorrow.
Also, the hardest part about trading crypto is because you don't have like any structure to it. Volume comes in and out like anytime,
At
and
any time.
yeah, you really don't know when you're gonna get volume. At least on futures, you know that New York is going to have volume no matter what. Even if like for the rest of the day, or like even for like the other sessions, you don't get enough volume to take a trade. Okay, but at least you know that on New York you're gonna get some volume, and you can at least still look for something. On crypto, you can go days without having volume,
And
and
futures
like we've seen that.
futures on open, they usually have a manipulation move and then the continuation of the previous one. And that's usually when I get the shorts. Like during the manipulation, it's usually a short uh, trade. And then you can just long. And literally happened today.
And something that people don't realize also, like I feel like people don't really understand what being a trader means, because it's not only about trading a pair or like trading something. When you become really good at trading, I truly believe that you can trade like any market. And of course, you have small differences between the markets and between the pairs, but like you only need to spend some time on it and actually focus on it, and you can literally get used to all the markets and you can make profits. Once you know the game, you just know the game. Nobody's gonna take the information out of your head.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now,
So
then
that's
when
what
you're
I'm aiming for.
experienced,
Like I really want to get to the point where I can trade like any markets, and like I will not care, I will just make money on everything.
yeah. But then also it's when you're experienced, and I saw that with me because I wasn't making much money with crypto. When you get to a point where you have experience, you're gonna choose the easiest way to make money in the markets. And like for
Yeah,
me, it's futures. For someone else, it might be crypto. I'm not saying futures is for everyone, and it definitely isn't. But you just pick whatever is easiest for you in order to make money because eventually that's what you want. You don't care what the market is. You just want to make money. That's the goal.
you
That's
need
the
to
end
pay the
goal.
bills at the end of the month.
Exactly. It's not about crypto or futures or whatever. If you make money at the end of the day, then you're solid.
They both have disadvantages and advantages, and
Hmm.
I feel like everybody should look for their own style, and they should. It's also based on personality, I think, because some people might be really good swingers, but they just cannot scalp, and some people might be really good scalpers, but they can't just hold a trade. They're going to take profit as soon as they're in profit, and
Yeah.
it's not only about that, but like everything. It's also something that you like, because you have to like what you're doing. If you like trading crypto, then if you make money, you make money. Nobody cares how you trade.
Yeah. Speaking
Hmm.
of trading style, go over your trading style a little bit, like kind of your process, your thought process, what you're thinking about, what kind of what's going through your head whenever you're looking for a trade. What are some signs that you look for before, some rules maybe, and
Well,
some execution actions that you take?
before joining the Nexus, I was mostly a swinger because I would trade resistance and support levels, and I would only take like super high confluence levels, and you don't get those every day because you're just not getting them. You don't have a daily level. If if you have a day of like a trading day where it's like an inside candle, right? You're not going to get a new daily level or a weekly level, which is like even worse. So I was more of a swinger, even though I wanted to be a scalper, but I just didn't know how to take scalps because I didn't have enough confluences to take scalps. So I was mostly like a swinger using like for order flow and stuff. And then I started shifting because I wasn't like I knew swinging it's not for me because I was getting bored. I wanted to be in so many more trades and I was making mistakes because of that. So I started when I joined the Nexus, I started learning everything Geo teaches and I really liked the trading style. So basically now I'm literally doing all my TA that I used to do before. I still use a lot of confluences because that's what I like. I think like zones can be improved with confluences. Like if you have more confluence in a zone, it's definitely going to be stronger. So I still use that, but I'm trading basically only smart money now. And I'm not even looking for anything else anymore. I'm looking for market structure, and market structure is so big, and I didn't use it before. For me, I was using it, but like not I wasn't giving it as much as importance as I should have, because it's so important and it's like always right because you can see you have entry models, you have so many things that you can do with market structure, and I was just ignoring it. So now really focus on market structures, on everything when it comes. I use all the order blocks. I use even fair value gaps sometimes because I still think they can be useful sometimes. And I use all the tricks that you see in the course, like everything. And when it comes to trading, I try like to just have really strict rules to entering the trade, and I have a few rules that I made for myself after backtesting like over 1,000 trades because I noted like all my mistakes. And now basically before I enter a trade, I'm asking myself, I'm actively asking, not just making making it in my mind, right? I'm actually asking it.
Yeah.
I'm looking for it on the chart. Why am I entering the trade? What are they trying to do with the specific move? Is it a good move? Like, am I missing something? And I'm going over it to make sure that I'm not missing something. And I'm asking myself, like, why am I going to lose the trade if it's going to be a lose? Like, do they have a reason to go against me? And most of the times, yeah, they will have a reason, but you just have to play the hand that you're dealt. You're not going to get perfect setups all the time. You're just going to have to play the game. That's why you have risk management. And once you get that down and you understand that you're going to lose sometimes because you cannot have perfect setups every day, you're going to be good as long as you have good risk management.
You can
And
almost you can almost never have perfect setups. There's always going to be
yeah,
something
you're
that's
going to
off.
find something that you don't like,
Again,
right?
A plus plus setup might be a 1 month thing, once per month.
Yeah, exactly. You're not going to get always that perfect setup with like where you're going to have so much confidence against like behind it. You're going to find something, either if it's liquidity or another order block or whatever reason, right? Or maybe you have on a really good like demand right below your level if you're trying to short. You're going to find something that you don't like. But you have to know the risk. You have to understand that you have to pull the trigger at some point. How many confirmations can you get, you know? And
Yeah.
when you're okay with losing, then you're just going to pull the trigger when you have enough confluence, and you're going to just play the odds. If you backtested it and you know it works, then you have no reason not to pull the trigger, right?
Yeah,
That's
just
all about it. That's what it means. That's what I'm saying when I said that I got my confidence from backtesting. That's what it did because I saw exactly with my own eyes. It wasn't somebody else telling me, "Oh, it's going to work." I saw it that my like the backtesting account was growing. Right, I was making money on it, and I was doing nothing else. Like I was actually trading the way I would trade in the real markets. Of course, it's a bit different, but you get the point because when you see that you're making money, you're going to have more confidence in the real
mhm.
market when you start shorting or longing because you've seen the same setup play so many times, and you know what to expect. You're going to see those candles getting closer to your stop loss, but you know that it can actually go down even if it's close. So
Yeah,
that's
and
how you get your confidence up.
that's like
If somebody's
90% a
struggling
mental
with that,
game at that point
yeah, and
when you've already
people
entered.
don't realize that the mental game. Okay, everybody knows the mental game because you hear it all the time. Like you hear it all over YouTube, all over TikTok if you start searching for something.
Hmm.
But it's not about how many times you hear it. It's how well you actually understand it and how well you can apply those rules to yourself in the real market. Because yeah, we all know it. We can all ask for advice for each other, and we are going to say the same things. But it's actually you understanding it and not changing your mind or your rules or not bending them because of something that you see or that you want. Once you have a real setup and you have a textbook and you follow it, just play the game. As Kenny says all the time, you have to not use your brain at all. Just see the setup, press the button, and wait.
Well, you got to use your brain to get your setup, obviously.
Yeah.
Well, yeah,
But
but
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
after that, then you need to shut everything off,
yeah, and
and
you don't have to
then
overthink it.
right, yeah, exactly.
I don't want to use my brain. I want to flip a coin and then go 50-50. The
We've been over
coin.
this before.
Yeah. On the failed attempt, but I thought I'd mention it again.
Well, yeah, it might work for you, especially when you have enough luck to get out of trades like today. Then yeah, you're gonna make money on coin
That's
flipping.
bro. That's a one in a million
Dude, that was a crazy.
chances
That was
to
a
get
crazy
out of.
candle this morning too.
I don't know how that got saved, but it did, and I'm not complaining.
Shit, I'm not either. I had a better entry. I made money off of it too.
Anyway, I wanted to kind of go back on what we said in the beginning about influencers and just kind of shine some light onto that because I don't think a lot of the new guys really see how fake most of the influencers are.
Yeah, well, I don't know in how many communities you guys have been in, but I've been in a lot of communities, and
Yeah,
most
me
people,
too.
well, I'm not going to say because they're all fake because they're not all fake, but most of
No,
them don't really seem like real as Gio does because he's there with you most of the times. You're seeing him in the voice chat, you're talking to him every day on live. He's answering literally everybody on the server. I don't think I've seen somebody ask him something and him ignoring the question. So he's somehow way more closer to the community. And I've seen really good traders, like really good traders. They were doing it live in front of everyone. But again, they were trading huge amounts of money. They were not always there to be like super close, and you didn't get to interact with them one on one. So even though they were teaching and they were probably profitable, because I don't think they were lying or like faking it, because they were doing it live, right? And it's harder to do
yeah,
it live. It's harder for you to fake it live in front of people when you actually take the trade. But if they were not closer, well, at least that's how I felt. In all the communities that I've been in, even if I saw them winning, it didn't make me think that I can do it too, because it felt so untouchable. They were so up there, and I was like so behind, and I was trading small like margins compared to them, and it was like, how am I even going to get to that level?
it was discouraging, right?
Yeah, it was. It
Yeah,
really was because you don't get to like talk to them one on one and ask them questions. We've all done that. Gio sits on voice chat so much with everybody in the server, and when he's free, if somebody comes in and tells him, "Bro, can you join on voice chat for like 5 minutes?" He's doing it. Like I don't think I've seen him say no, and most people don't do that because they don't need it. They don't need to. They're selling you a course. They don't need to give you their time, and
yeah.
they just don't want to, and that's it. I'm not blaming them, but I'm just saying for the price that you pay for Nexus, you get so much more. It's basically you get, besides all the course and all the community, you get a one-on-one coach that is like there for everybody, and he's not charging you for questions or anything. Like this is what made me stay. This is what
And
made me want to be part of
yeah,
Nexus.
and to be fair, the price for the Nexus is like
It's super low.
usual market price for
Yeah,
any VIP group or course, etc. Like,
This is better quality.
I've seen people, bro. I paid more for a Chinese group, like from some Arabic group that was only giving me signals. What are you even talking about? And the guy
yeah,
wasn't even posting charts. He was just saying the coin and buy or sell. And he was giving me the stop loss, and the stop loss wasn't even a number. It was in percentages. So what are we even saying? Yeah, Nexus is cheap.
yeah,
Yeah. And
Because
I was just talking to Gio. I just texted him saying that I want to start doing like hangouts and events and all the like challenges and stuff that we used to do back in the
Yeah,
day,
like
like in the
spice up
lounge and
things.
stuff, and just kind of get back to being around the Nexus and keeping it like a fun place still too, because like we make money all day, we do all the stuff, but maybe in the evenings when I get off work and stuff, maybe do some like hangouts and different stuff. Just kind of get back to that because we used to do like
Bro,
the
back
music in there, the challenges.
yeah. Back in the day, bro, when Jobs was around, I don't know if the new guys from the Nexus know Jobs, but he was one of the moderators back in the day. Really cool guy, and he used to jump in the lounge, and he would like have everyone in there just chatting all day long, bro.
Yeah,
It was
that's.
so
I want to
fun.
get back to that. We're gonna start doing that.
Yeah, we need to.
And we were even talking like we and like you and I, Doc, we talked about when I get into futures, we are going to stay well, like to make in the
Hmm.
weekends
Yeah,
trade reviews and stuff for people. And well, obviously we can all do it if Jets wants to join us. We can all start doing it to make like trade reviews because that's what helped me the most, even from Geo and from other like influencers. Trade reviews are so underrated and people don't pay attention to them, but they give so much information, and they not only give the TA, but they give the thought process of someone who takes the trade,
yeah.
which is not
I
something you get because you're not going to read somebody's mind unless he tells you.
I did that. I did that for the futures guys and the Nexus once, and it was like so fun because I had to go back on a trade I had and like basically break down my entire thought process and what I did when I entered, when price moved, when did I move my stop loss, you know, all that.
Exactly.
And it's kind of like checking yourself as well
And
because
it helps you study
yeah,
more.
yeah,
If
you
you help
see
people,
when you
it
made a
helps you.
mistake.
Exactly. I want to do that even now. Like I actually downloaded the OBS to start recording reviews on the trades that I take on crypto right now. I'm going to start doing that from tomorrow because it just helps me review stuff, and it also going to help somebody. And even if one person sees it and they get the help, then I'm okay with it. It doesn't have to affect too many people. Even if one person gets the help, I'm okay with it
Yeah.
because it's also going to help me teaching people.
Yeah, and that's what like the network is about. Like, not everyone is gonna trade the same, but even if one person does and you can help them, that's all that matters, I think, for me.
Yeah, and it's about getting from every trader that you talk to, it's about getting like their best qualities and making them your own, right? Because I did that. I learned from all the people in the Nexus as well, and some people have like they put more focus on some stuff, some they just don't, like they ignore some stuff completely, and you just have to find your style and just like craft into something your own with all the information that you get from everybody and make it perfect for yourself, because it also depends on what you like to do and what you see
Yeah.
that's working for yourself.
Yes, like an example would be me who trades with zero indicators versus someone who trades with like 5 or 6 indicators, I think.
Yeah.
I don't remember the name, but there's someone in the Nexus who trades with like five
Yeah, I've seen that.
indicators on his chart.
Well, I mean,
And
there's so many
that to me is like,
examples.
yeah, that to me is wild, but the guy is making money obviously with that, so it works, you know.
Yeah. I mean, we've got so many
Oh yeah,
people in Nexus who trade different ways. Like, you've got Corey who's doing his Bollinger Bands and all that stuff. Kenny's got Ace, and a lot of people in Nexus use Ace. Um,
a lot of people use this,
yeah.
yeah.
I mean, Ace is good.
We
And
use
people
it
are
I
sleep
like
sometimes
I
too.
like
people I
Ace.
still
I
think,
like Ace.
bro, I think people are sleeping on Ace. Like, most people would pay so much money for market cipher before in the day. I don't know how many people are still buying it nowadays, but they used to pay crazy amount of monies,
I
and
was one of
now
those people.
Ace is better. And well, yeah, and people are like sleeping on it, especially if you're like somebody who uses indicators and like you know how to navigate them, then that's easy.
Hmm. Yeah.
But it also
Yeah,
depends on
it's
everybody and what they like to do.
but that's the thing. It's like people have to you got to put the time in to learn it. It's completely
Of course,
different than
100%.
any other cipher indicator. You know, it really is. It's faster, and
Yeah.
that's I set it up that way, not necessarily knowing it was going to not necessarily knowing that the results were going to end up that way. It's kind of like we stumbled upon something so great for the time and for the way that crypto is currently trading. Like market cipher is so slow, and the moves already happen. Even if you go down to the 1 minute, it's still not the same. So with Ace, we just completely redesigned it and honestly, we had no idea what we made until we made it. And then it was like a holy shit moment, like, oh my God, look at what this does. And it's you just got to learn to trade with it, and how learn it. You got the pressure, you got the new money flow, and the fast waves, and that's it. It's like everything, same thing. You gotta spend time with it, like, the course,
Get
Geo's
familiar. Yeah.
courses.
Yeah, as you said, you have to actually like put the time and effort to learn the indicator. The way you learn how to use order blocks and fair value gaps, or like a profile.
Exactly
Like
the
you
same thing.
learn
Yeah.
doing the exact.
Mhm.
You have to do the same thing learning an indicator.
And speaking of the
All
fair value
indicators
gaps,
have different things.
speaking of the fair value gaps and order blocks, Kenny made a kick-ass fair value gap order block indicator that he put out to everybody in the Nexus for free.
I am using
Mhm.
that one. Yeah, it's amazing.
It's perfect.
If I was
It,
on trading you, I would use that too. But I'm on Top Step.
it's
I
my
don't
You're
get
the
I
only
don't
one
get
who
the
actually
other
trades, right?
indicators on Top Step.
it's my favorite indicator because I don't feel like drawing my own order blocks. I'm lazy.
Yeah, you can go to each time frame, and like the higher time frames, you can go to like the hour, 2 hour, and draw out the order block, and
Yeah,
then
that's what I
go
did.
down to your lower time frames, and those order blocks are drawn in there for you. It's like super easy. You got to spend a little bit of time doing it, but
Well, and
it's
I use it to build my
simple.
confluences too. So like for example, on NQ, that green zone that just hit for that crazy long, it's just layers of order blocks and fair value gaps. So I started on the 4 hour time frame, that's the big zone, and as I went down to my other smaller time frames as I went, I just filled in all the order blocks, and that's why you have the dark green zone in the middle. And I was like, this is what has the most confluence. This is where I want to take it. And that's just how you do
Yeah.
it. You just keep drawing your boxes, add your confluences.
I have to say though, order blocks on futures work slightly worse compared to fair value gaps from my experience.
Yeah, I've seen that too, where a
They
lot
tend
of
to get weak.
influencers, that really concentrate on OBs and fair value gaps, they really concentrate on the fair value gaps versus order blocks. It's interesting.
Because I
Yeah,
found the opposite in
I've
crypto.
seen it live happen, and not only just fair value gaps, but inverted fair value gaps as well. A little bit of that ICT sauce in there.
Yeah. Because whenever I was trading crypto, the order blocks were what's king, and the fair value gaps would get blown through. But whenever I switched to futures, I'd be waiting for an order block, and the fair value gap would steal the bounce before it could even get there,
Yeah,
which was annoying at first.
you get used to it.
Yeah.
I feel like the best thing to do is like to learn to use them both, and then you just grow in them. If you learn, like if you know how to use everything, then you take every opportunity, you build confluences, and you take every trade, and that's it.
Yeah.
I
Because
found they work. I
if you
found they
take
work
in a
more in lower time frames, like range trading inside a larger range. You just take the smaller order blocks inside the range for continuation or a dump
Mm-hmm.
down.
Well, what I like to do is I like to use Kenny's indicator and go on a higher time frame, find a high time frame fair value gap, and then find the small time frame order block inside the fair value gap. So that way you're filling the gap, bouncing off a smaller order block. A little bit of sauce right there.
Yeah, the higher time frame fair value gaps work really well. Like the weekly, I know that they
Mm-hmm.
work super well.
Hmm.
I mean, I think they all can work. And when something bounces, you can find the reason why it bounced. But as long as you have a plan, and when the price gets to your zone, you just follow your plan and you take a trade. If you miss it, you miss it. If you take, you win or you lose. Like that's how it should work, because you're gonna get new trades all the time. But yeah, you don't have to take a trade if you don't have the rules that you placed into your textbook applying to that trade. So just follow your rules, and if you get a trade, you get it. If not, you're just waiting for the next. And how many trades you get, it's also based to how you structure your strategy. If you want to take more trades, then do something about it and find a way so you can take more trades and still win. Backtest it. That's what we all been saying for like this whole time. Backtest it, learn, study, and if you want to take more trades, just take more trades. But make sure that you have rules for it and you have a reason that you're taking a trade. Don't just feel like doing something. Don't feel like longing and you start longing like in the middle of a range.
Yeah. It's also about quality of each trade. Like obviously, the more trade you take, the less the quality of each trade will be. The less
Well, yeah,
trades you
you're going
take,
to
more
have
quality it's
more
gonna
bad
be.
trades, yeah. But still, if you have good risk management, I feel like it's not
Yeah,
a
you
bad
can
thing.
kind of like work around it.
Well, yeah, it's all about like having a playbook. If you don't have a playbook, like everybody should have a playbook. And even like most people, right, they will not write it down. They will not have it an actual playbook, but at least have some rules that you follow before taking a trade. And have some rules for your entry criteria, because that's like one big part. I can do the TA, and most people will get the TA done in the first like 6 months, maybe a year. Like they will be good at doing the TA, but entering a trade, that's like another whole topic that we can talk about, because entering a trade is not as easy as like making the TA and saying, oh, it might bounce from
Yeah.
here, or if it rejects, like if it doesn't bounce from here, it goes lower. Well, yeah, but how are you actually making money on that? Because if you don't enter the trade, your idea is useless.
Learning the TA and learning how to capitalize on the TA are very different things.
Yeah, very different things. And that's what took me the most amount of time to learn. Making sure that I know how to enter a trade and press the button at the right time, it was very difficult for me. I was able to do the TA very quickly and very early on in my like whole process of becoming a profitable trader, right? Because I was putting in the hours. I was really studying every day. So the TA was not a big part for me, but then learning how to enter and actually enter and be in that move all the time and not lose like 5 trades before being in that winning position. That was like what was the most difficult part for me from the entire, like all the topics. Entry criteria was something that was really hard, and I know a lot of people are struggling with it.
What
Yeah,
are
even the experienced guys are struggling with it. Like I know for sure I'm struggling with execution a lot of the time, but you know, good risk management can circumvent that very quickly.
so
Yeah,
Alex? What
exactly.
are some of the things that you did to kind of help you with that problem that you're having?
Well, honestly, Gio helped me a lot with that because he was one of the only people talking about entries excessively, and he was talking about it like it was a whole separate thing, right? Most people would just say, well, yeah, wait for a reaction, but they will never say what the reaction is. Well, more like, well, if I like the reaction, I enter. But what's that reaction that you like? Are you just looking at it and you say, wow, this looks like a good reaction? Or like, what are the rules for a good reaction? Because a candle can wick up and then continue to go down. And that's what I thought it was a good reaction before. I was watching a week happening and I was entering a trade and then I would get smoked, right? Because it's not going to work like that. But Gio helped me a lot because he was one of the few people that were actually talking about how you enter a trade properly and rules for you to enter the trade. And well, we all know, right? Market like getting a break of structure. He will not enter it unless it actually happens. And then you have rules for when it happens and when it doesn't. And of course, you're still going to lose. You're still going to make mistakes, but at least you have some rules that you can refine and make perfect. So this is what helped me the most, like having somebody tell me what they do and like open my eyes. And then I just started backtesting it. That was again the only thing that I can tell people: practice. It's not going to do anything else. You just have to practice.
Why are you laughing, Kenny?
Huh? I'm working. I'm sorry. I'm listening. I'm working though. I got no excuse. I'm
it's
working in the
it's all good.
background
Don't
as
worry
we're
about it.
as we're doing this.
Don't worry
I'm
about it.
here though. I'm listening to everything you guys are saying, as you know, because I'm selectively giving my 51-year-old input here. So, you know,
It's okay. You make free indicators, so we forgive you.
thank you.
You get a pass, but only you. You're the only one that gets a pass.
Yeah, I can't wait to see you. I'm gonna beat your ass. Just for the hell of it.
I'll
No,
come
I'm
to
just
Arizona
playing.
eventually. Arizona will be fun.
You know, I might not
Look,
ever
I would be
I might
scared if
not
I was you. Look at those guns behind him.
Damn right.
I might not ever travel to fucking wherever you are in
Dude, Kansas
Missouri.
City. Kansas City is sick, okay? It's awesome.
I don't disagree with that. I don't disagree with that. So, anyways, I'll give you a big hug the next time we see each other.
Hell yeah.
I just like fucking with you. You're like my son that I never had.
What you've always wanted.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I got 2 daughters and they're older than you. So, you know, but I had my kids when I was your age. You're what, 22?
23, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I had my first daughter when I was your age.
So what are you waiting for, Jet?
No, I'm good.
Get on,
Bro,
I'm good.
get on working with it.
I'm good.
What are you
Bro,
waiting for?
I
he's
might
got
have
to
a
stop
couple.
dating men before he can have kids.
I
So
might
there's,
have a
you know, I
couple
mean,
out there somewhere, but I sure as hell don't know about them.
bro's
that's funny.
dodging the child support payments.
I haven't got any court orders yet.
Any in the mail?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, you haven't been served and nothing's being taken out of your paycheck, so you're good.
except taxes. The damn
Yeah.
government.
The
Dude,
good
I
part,
was
me and
talking
Doug,
about
we wouldn't have to pay anything because we don't get a paycheck. We'll be chilling.
me and Alex living the unemployed life.
Yeah, we are chilling. No money to take away from us. We don't own anything.
What do you guys tell your, you know, a potential person that you're dating that you like or whatever? What do you tell them when they ask you, what do you do for a living?
I'm a
Oh man,
trader.
that's a whole
I'm
story.
a trader. That's what they say.
I just say I work online.
Oh,
Yeah, me too.
I mean,
okay.
that's true.
I don't go into specifics unless like
I hate doing that, and sometimes it
it's
gets
so
there,
yeah.
and
This is
they
weird.
keep asking questions, and I have to answer right because I'm not going to be a dickhead, and I'm like, I don't want to get into it. It's going like so many questions are going to pop, and they're
It's
all so
so
stupid.
it's so difficult to explain as well.
Yeah, especially because of how like people have no idea about it, and like the understanding it's so bad because they all think everything is a scam. You can make money online.
Yeah.
No, that doesn't happen. That's not real. What are you really doing? Like, and I'm like, yeah, it's
I sell drugs. Just say I
yeah, I
sell
sell
drugs.
drugs. Yeah, that's easier.
I went
sell
with plan
drugs.
B. Nothing
Yeah,
worked.
honestly, a few times I just skipped the crypto part, and I'm not telling them anything about crypto. And I'm saying I just
Oh
the
no, I'm
future.
not
Like
saying anything
I'm
about crypto ever.
stocks. That's all.
Stolen valor.
Some people know the word stocks, and I just say stocks.
Stolen valor, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You dirty crypto
gold,
trader.
silver.
I don't go into specifics ever unless like it's getting serious with the
Yeah,
person I'm
same.
dating.
I've only done that once, like actually explaining the whole process, and it was a really long, like I think it was the longest hour of my life.
Bro, I'd rather if it's that deep with that person, I'd rather just show them what I do on the laptop than
Yeah,
explain
exactly.
it. It's way
It's
easier.
easier that way, yeah.
But I mean, Dak, you do other stuff
Cause
too. You edit videos and stuff. That's like legitimate.
Yeah, true. I can use video editing as a scapegoat for the question.
well, when you tell somebody, well, I'm buying low and I'm selling high, they have so many questions. It's like they they have an error in their brain and they start having too many questions to answer, like all the stupid questions that you
Yeah.
see everywhere.
Like how do you buy? How do you buy? How much money do you make? Are you a millionaire yet?
Yeah,
And then
and
you say
when you tell them
yes.
that you can sell as well, oh wait till you have to explain shorting. That's a whole different story.
Bro,
When you explain
Yeah.
somebody that you can short and it's basically buying at a lower price with the exchange's money, and then you're buying it and you're selling it at a higher. There is a whole
no.
different story for that.
No.
Shorting, to explain, it's so complicated. How can you make money if it goes down? Yeah,
No. At that point, you just give up.
Dude, that's
yeah.
why.
I'm just guessing where
It's
it
not,
goes.
it's not just inexperienced people that don't understand shorting. It's I've spoken at a convention. I've spoken with an older guy, and he couldn't understand shorting. He was like, I don't get how they make money when it's going down. I just hold. I'm like having to explain all of the shorting process, and it's so like drawn out. You know, the explanation is so drawn out. I'd rather just not do it.
But I wanna hear Kenny answer the same question. How are you explaining people what do you do? Because people are not taking us serious because we are also young, right? Nobody's gonna take us serious if we say something about trading or like investing. But how do you do that? How does people like how people take that coming from you?
I own a business outside of
That's easy.
this.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's easy.
Yeah, I own a business outside of this that I'm in the US and my business spans across the entire state. So I'm not going to really get into what it is, but yeah, I've been an owner of that business since 2014.
So
So
you don't
this
really
is
get into trading and stuff.
yeah, this is all side hustle stuff for me.
Yeah, same.
So yeah, I own a business. And I have a girlfriend I've been with for quite a while and she's great. And so I don't have to go through any of that stuff. Thank God.
Yeah,
I have
thank God.
breaking news. I have breaking news, Dak.
Oh
Geo
no.
is finally gonna buy a Top Step.
Did he text you?
Yes,
What happened?
it's time.
He's done it before.
He's
This
doing
is, this won't be the
futures.
first time.
He's doing futures.
He's he,
He's finally
he's
locked
done
it
it
in.
before. We did it. This is not the first time that he's done this. We did it like a year ago.
Wait, you did it with him a year ago?
Hmm.
I didn't know that. I think you probably mentioned it at some point, but I forgot.
We've
Yeah,
been
you got to get your
bothering
mic
him.
closer to you, bro. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That
He's
better?
done it before. He's been there before. Back when Richie was around. You remember the whole Richie ordeal?
Oh yeah, yeah,
Um,
yeah,
yeah. Back when he was around, not the other Matt, but Richie Matt.
yeah. No,
And
I know who you're I know who you're talking about.
yeah, that whole thing. And yeah, he was doing futures. He just the thing about Geo in futures is he took his mind off of crypto, and you know that's the main squeeze in Nexus right now. To be honest, as you guys know.
Yep.
So it was hard for him at that time. Okay, I'm not saying it's going to happen, and he's evolved into such a better trader and all kinds of other things since he tried to do it back then. So it could be different, but his issue was he couldn't correlate. He couldn't.
Hmm.
He took his mind off of crypto and was futures, and then when crypto was doing things, he was totally lost because he wasn't up to speed
Yeah. I think he'll still probably
with it.
focus mainly on crypto just because that's the biggest part of Nexus right now. Plus, I mean, we've
Yeah.
got people posting in futures too, so he does. It's not like he
Well,
has
now
to focus
you got
on it
me, you got
completely.
you. We
You
got
know.
Justin. Hopefully soon
I'll
we
be
have
there
Alex
soon.
as well.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
We're converting Alex.
Bro, I've seen Doc talk about it too many times for me not to do it. He's been bragging about futures being so much better than crypto, and all the time you were like explaining all the problems that I have currently with crypto, and you're like, "Well, I don't have those problems anymore, suckers. You can stay with crypto." And I'm like, "Yeah, thank you." So
Yeah,
yeah,
but really, it does sometimes switching over to another market does solve those problems.
well, it did for you, I guess.
Yeah.
So I guess you're right. But I have a question. Like, when did you guys, like all of you, meet Geo? Like, how many years ago? Like, how much time ago?
What, me and Gio or
In general, like all of you.
I
Because
met
I hear
Gio.
so many names. Like, I'm just realizing y'all go really back in the day.
Yeah, I met Gio I think 3 or 4 months after I started trading. It was on Jay's Discord actually, in the beginning of this server, not just the Nexus, but like the inception of the server. I was there when he did his first like video on YouTube, and it was like kind of a live stream for Market Cipher. And he wanted to teach people because he got pissed off that people weren't trading Market Cipher properly in Jay's Discord. And he basically did his little class. Then we just started chatting there in the voice channel, and we kind of hit it off.
I've never seen you use indicators. Were you using as well like Microsoft FBs or stuff like that before?
I used to use a lot of indicators,
Oh,
mainly
really?
Market Cipher and Traders Reality indicator. But yeah, I don't use that anymore. Like I can't trade with indicators. I might use them. Like the only indicator I use now is an indicator for sessions on TradingView when I backtest there, and when after I enter a trade, I use like ACE to kind of gauge the direction we're headed in,
I
just
remember
for extra
using the
confidence.
I remember using the vector candles. Then I got to a point where I just hated seeing them on my chart. I hated the bright red, bright green candles because I changed all my candle colors because I don't use red and green. So just seeing those bright colors on my candles just started pissing me off. So I
I
turned
didn't
it
mind.
off.
I didn't mind the colors so much. I just didn't find them useful anymore because you have to understand vector card candles are market maker candles, and after you understand that, you can like kind of see what are the market maker candles anyway. So then the
You can tell
purpose
which
of
one
the
is a vector candle
indicator,
anyway without the indicator.
yeah, you don't need the indicator anymore. It's just noise, and all of the
Yeah.
EMAs and all of that stuff. It's just, oh my god, it's too much for me.
Yeah, I like a
I
nice
couldn't
clean
keep that
chart.
on. I like my nice white and gray ICT candles chart
Yes.
that I have now.
My eyes, my eyes. That oof.
Dude, and honestly, it's crazy that I'm actually using a white chart right now because I'm the biggest dark mode supporter. I clown people in real life every day if I
Bro,
see that their
I
Snapchat's
use
white,
dark mode
their
everywhere
text
else.
I
white.
mean,
If you have any app on your phone and it's a white screen, I'm clowning you right to your face saying you're weird for that. But and I had a black background for my charts forever, ever since I started. But I don't know, something about I just started waking up earlier at like 4:44. I wake up every morning, just sit down to trade, and I don't know. It's just something about it. Just it just feels cleaner. I just feel awake. I feel clean. I feel like locked in with this white background. I'm really liking it. The black and white candles, like a really light gray background. So
now
clean.
let's be real. How white is it even for you? Because you have glasses on all the time. Like it doesn't count as it doesn't count as white. It's a gray for you.
Exactly.
So you're still good.
Oh yeah.
No, I use grayish colors as well. I use the
The
gradient
same.
option.
Yeah.
I can't do fully white.
Yeah. Me either. That's crazy.
That burns my eyes.
But
And I
actually,
have,
white helped me watch better. Like I see things better on white. I don't know why.
yeah,
Yeah, I agree.
that goes for me as well.
And it helps me with not trading while I'm asleep because I used to do that. I would wake up in the middle of the night and I would check the chart on my phone and I would take a random position because I saw something while being half asleep and I would wake up either in profit or like losing a trade. And sometimes I would even like forget to put a stop loss on and it would be so bad. Like it actually happened a few times to me. Getting a trade, no stop loss, no nothing, and I would wake up on like -2 hours for no reason. So now when it's
Yeah,
white, like I get a flashbang, I wake up and like, what am I even doing?
now that I think about it, all of the crypto exchanges are black on their chart. Like the default chart is black,
Yeah, they are.
I
and
might have to try it. Okay, I might have to try it. If it's not white, if the background
It's
isn't
gray.
white, then I'll have to try it. So
Yeah.
Kenny,
that
try
I will. I'll
light
try
gray
it.
and dark
Yeah.
gray. Like
Like
Yeah.
look
use
go into the
grayer tones.
futures.
Don't
Go
do
into the
white.
futures group and look at the charts that I post. That I feel like that's a solid setup. The white candles, black border, black down candles with the light gray background. So clean.
I'll have to try it. I'll have to try it. We'll have to get into one of my charts and we'll fuck with the settings, Jet.
I'm down.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we're going on an hour and a half. I don't want to try and cut it short, and I know we're having a good time, but I got to bounce. I got
Yeah.
shit to do.
Yeah, we
Okay.
need. I was gonna say that it's going it's going on for way longer
Yeah.
than the last
I
time.
think
So
I think this
can
was a
start-
good screw up on my part because I think we had a lot better
Yeah.
pod than we did the previous
yeah,
one. So
we chatted for longer as well, so it's gonna be
yeah, well, it just seemed to
a lot
flow a
more
little bit better.
entertainment
So I'm
for everyone watching.
sorry about that. That was
All right,
my
dude.
fault, guys.
Kenny,
and-
shout out
Don't worry.
some of your indicators, all your stuff, and then Alex, you can shout out your stuff.
Yeah,
too.
Ace. So
I don't
Ace
have stuff to shout out yet.
aceindicators.com. You can get Ace, and there's we got Ace Bias, which, as we talked about earlier, it takes the human brain out of, you know, your biased brain. You think you're bearish and
Out
you
of
should
the
be bullish
equation.
and stuff like that. The confirmation, it basically tells you that you need to be bullish or bearish or sideways. And then
I don't know if I've seen that one yet.
what else? I got some free stuff that's out there on TradingView that you'll probably have to message me, you know, for some things. And then there's some go ahead and download stuff for free. So Jet will put all, or not Jet, but Dak will put all that stuff in the description below. That description down there.
All our socials.
And then for us
stuff.
too, we just want to
I won't
plug our
give you my
social
socials.
media.
My socials is for my business stuff, so I'm not doing that.
Bro, follow me on Instagram and
Yep.
Twitter, dude. I post the best things.
I do follow
Bro,
you.
my-
I just don't go on it very much.
No,
My
no, I'm
posts-
just saying
my
everybody,
posts on,
everybody needs to follow me on
X
Twitter.
are so funny sometimes, bro. I just sit and laugh at my own posts. No,
really like your stuff.
I don't want to sound like a dickhead, but I make funny posts on X.
Dude,
Okay.
Dak's Instagram had my real life friends laughing, because you know I'll be in FaceTime with them while I'm like driving around during the day, and my friend Earl, he like out of nowhere he goes, "What's Dak know about gravity?" And I'm like, "Huh?" And, and I see on his Instagram on his little note he's got a song that I played this morning as NBA YoungBoy, and my friend Earl he's like, "What's he know about that?"
Yeah, he texted me too.
Yeah, it's so funny.
I had to explain the whole spiel from the morning.
Doug
But yeah.
should actually you should actually do live streams, man. You're the funniest dude. Like when you're trading, you should do that.
Dude,
Bro,
Dak
we need to
cracks-
do
the next would enjoy.
live trading live streams with Jed and
We'll do
everyone.
them. We'll do them. We'll do them.
Yeah, we should do that.
That's gonna be funny as fuck.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyway, to close up, follow everyone down below, and yeah, thank you for joining us, Alex.
Yeah.
And
Thanks,
for having me,
Alex.
guys.
thanks to everyone for tuning in again for the September podcast. I know it's October now that you're all watching this or listening to this. We had a
shit.
small delay.
CC.
It's fine. We will be releasing another podcast at the end of October, so look forward to that. And with that being said, thank you everyone, and we will see you end of October.